Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Heaven Divine and this is Insightful Spiritual Guidance. I wanted to jump on and discuss the void. Take a deep breath with me. When we shine awareness on the void. Well, wait, y'all know how I am. Let me check my mic. Okay, yeah, it's on. So how many of you are having an experience within your life where you are using people, places, or things in hopes to try and fill the emptiness inside of your being? A lot of people may use drugs, food, another person. We have a way of unconsciously trying to seek outside of ourselves to try and fill this hole that's inside of us, and that is the void. I encourage you to make friends with that void. I encourage you to go within to see where that void leads you to. Where was it created? If you dive deep within, it could be that, let me give you an example of the void that I found within myself. I was adopted. I knew my biological mother, but I had no idea who my biological father was. And I had an adopted father who is amazing. I love him. And I also have another father who was the boyfriend of my biological mother, who stepped in as a father figure as well. But neither one, they love me, but I couldn't really connect on a deep level with either one. And I couldn't really understand why. And I would ask my biological mother, like, who is my dad? Can you give me, narrow it down to a 2 or 3, or, can you give me some type of direction of who he is? She couldn't. She would point the finger at my dad, who was her boyfriend. So throughout my life, I just accepted it. It was okay, But as I have gone on my spiritual journey, where you have to be honest and look at those things within yourself that you have suppressed and that are unconscious, and things that you are acting out subconsciously that have to be addressed. So a vice of mine, all of my life, I had this thing where I love to eat. And it was to where I couldn't get full. I love to eat. I was eating, from a kid, I would just eat, just eat. I would get up in the middle of the night, go in the refrigerator, just scavenging for food, and I just couldn't get full. And my mom and what came with this is gaining a lot of weight. And everywhere I went, I wanted food. So I'm eating. And my biological mom and my family, we had obesity in my bloodline. So my mom was like, you have to, so she did all the trying to get me to lose weight, all this. But the core of my eating disorder was not looked at. And it still wasn't until I became an adult here recently, really. Because I'm like, I don't do any drugs. I do not drink. I have totally cleansed my vessel, but this one little vice that I try to breeze over like is not an issue is food. So I went into a deep meditation and I wanted to sit with that space, and I wanted to know, where is it coming from? Why am I connecting with food in this unhealthy way? So when I went into the meditation, I seen it was a void. And I was trying to put food in that void. And I could never get full. So while I was there with the void, the first thing I tried to do was to fill it in my meditation. So I was like, well, I like Red Robin, so I'm going to fill this void with birds. So I'm putting birds in there, and I'm like, darn, this void is not filling. And then I said, well, shoot, I like money. Let me put some money in there. So I'm putting money in this void. I'm like, dang, I'm putting everything in this void, and it's not filling. So I said, wait a minute. I'm still trying to avoid this void. Let me make friends with this void and let me see what this void is here to teach me. So I sat beside the void. It looked like a black hole, but it was so deep, and it was just an endless hole. It was so amazing because I could see the endless of the hole. It was amazing. So I'm thinking we're gonna do, because I don't know how we're gonna do this, because I can't put anything in that hole. It's endless. And so amazing. So I am talking to my inner being, and I'm saying, okay, what am I going to do here? What is this here for? I seen the void form into me. and I'm like, what do you need? And it wanted to be released. But I'm saying to the void, which is me, I don't know how. I mean, you're endless. How am I going to release you? How am I going to do that? And I just sat with the void. And I said, wow, the only thing that will fill this void is God. It's me. So I put myself in that void. Okay, I am back. I had a technical difficulty, but we're good to go. I was saying to myself, wow, the only way to fill this void is God. I said to myself, the only way to fill this void is to fill it with God, which is filling it with myself. And so that's what I did. And then I got curious about the void. I wanted to know, well, where did it originate? And it spoke to me and said, from my dad. So a lot of us hold these different voids and holes within ourselves, and we try to use substances, people, things to try and fill that hole. But you can't. It is an endless hole. And you think for right in that moment that you are okay, but it only leads you into another moment where you need that thing again, and it's just an endless cycle. I bring to you today the codes that will assist you in filling that void within yourself so that you can feel whole and you are not codependent in any addictions or anything outside of yourself trying to fill that void. And I'm going to tell you what that void taught me about myself. The void showed me how endless I am. If the void was never there, I would not have ever witnessed how endless, how deep my being is. It is endless. It was such an infinite space. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I gave gratitude to that void because I'm like, man, Thank you for shining the light on the depth that I hold within me. So I invite you to make friends with that void within you and fill yourself back up so that you can feel the vastness and the depth and the wholeness of who you truly are. This is such a beautiful, powerful, and amazing shift. I hope this, I know this helps. I will see you at your next level. How are we going to do this? I'm proud because it takes courage to adventure in those dark places within your being. But I'm telling you, when you have the courage to see yourself in those areas, they alchemize in some beautiful, beautiful power. That is all that I have for you beautiful beings today. Until next time, peace.